Brawl Stars has had some serious shakeups with new brawlers introduced into the game. So today, we are going to help you guys make the best choices for who to unlock with your hard-earned credits in every single rarity so you can push the most trophies possible. Starting off in the rare tier, I am going with Rosa, who I think is an excellent choice, especially considering it is only the first rarity. Rosa is a brawler with lots of health points and has to be up in your face, and that goes really well with the hypercharge you can unlock with her. Her hypercharge slows down enemies within her vicinity and also allows you to grab easier and easier kills along with those stat boosts that she naturally gets by clicking the giant purple button. On any bushy map, Rosa is going to be a threat and is a very approachable brawler as well. It's not too difficult to figure out how to use her and play her well. If you need other options for who to upgrade or unlock, I know it's early on, but just in case, I would go with Colt. Very versatile brawler and also has access to a great hypercharge. Super rare is a handful of really solid brawlers, but nothing that quite touches the likes of something like a top 5 brawler in the game. With that being said though, I do think there are a few that are pretty solid. While Jessie and Dynamite are very solid brawlers, they definitely have their situations in plays that they can make. I don't think they're necessarily the best here. And when making that decision too, I actually took a look at win rates from 300 to 1,000 trophies over the past couple weeks. Some of that includes Larry Laurie madness, some of that before. And I think because of Miko being released for free and Fang and Edgar being some of the most played brawlers in the meta, it has really made life difficult to be a thrower. Dynamite actually has one of the lowest win rates in the game. He is bottom 3 from the 300 to the 1,000 trophy range globally over the past couple weeks, and it's hard to make a recommendation when players in general are struggling with him that much. Again, I think he's very fun. I actually think he's more fun than the brawler I'm about to recommend. Has a great hypercharge, has a big boom potential, so no shame in going Dynamite if that's your passion. He is one of the most popular brawlers for a reason, but I think the actual best is Jackie. Jackie is very deceptive and actually is one of the best and most winningest brawlers in the game, especially on ladder, because of how much it catches opponents off guard. That hypercharge is very good. The stat boost that it gives a very healthy brawler like Jackie is similar to the concept I talked about Rosa earlier. Jackie absorbs contact, dishes out damage in those close range interactions, and is a real threat on bushy or close quarters combats maps. Unlike Dynamite, the matchups she can have are a lot better. I think she plays into the meta, and in terms of figuring out how to play her or mastering her or being more skillful with her, there's not too much to aiming with her, obviously. You kind of just click the button and press down. That's it. For me, Dynamite is the more fun brawler, still a good brawler. Even though the win rate is low, I do think if you were a good Dynamite, you were going to thrive, but I do think Jackie is overall easier and better competitively. Epic tier has some of the best brawlers in the game right now, including the #1 brawler, Larry and Laurie. The Robocops are so good at the game. To be honest with you, I think they may even be better than when Kit came out. I just think the star power is the best in the game in terms of ease to push. I was able to push a rank 30 in just a few hours without too much difficulty, a ton of win streaks. There's just nothing they can really do wrong. So with that said, they very well may get nerfed soon because of how darn good at the game they are, but thankfully there are a ton of excellent epic brawlers. So if you need more recommendations, I actually made a video ranking every single epic brawler in order and what tier I would put them in between S and F tier. So if you need help figuring out your tier 25 brawler or what epic brawler to unlock, go over there to check that out for more details. Just like the epic tier, Mythic has some great choices as well. At the top of those, I would go with Fang. Fang is great across a lot of maps and has huge potential in 5v5, where instead of bouncing off 3 opponents with this kick, you can bounce off up to 5 on maps that are traditionally a lot more open due to their size. Fang's stat boost with a hypercharge and the unique ability to be able to dash through walls makes him extremely powerful. His fun factor and pop-off potential when he's in your hands makes him great to play. On the other end and on the receiving end, as I'm sure many of you know, it is a different story, but since he's the most played brawler in the game, I want to be able to give you more recommendations because I'm sure a lot of you guys have worked hard to already unlock Fang. So my other recommendation would be Charlie. Despite being nerfed a while back, and when thinking about Charlie early on, she was very darn good at the game and by far the best brawler, but now she has been humbled a little bit, but is still very good. I think Charlie has a very strong argument to still be a top 10 overall brawler. That may surprise some people, but she is a direct counter into hypercharges with her super. The spiders are extra projectiles to receive damage for things like life plant as a comparison with Spike. There's a lot that Charlie can do and a lot that Charlie can counter. Her hypercharge isn't the best in the game, but getting a stat boost is better than nothing, and in addition, the extra spiders are still a nuisance onto the other team. I think Charlie is very slept on by the general public, and she should be played more if you want those trophies. Our final tier is Legendary, and there are a ton of fan favorites that are also excellent brawler choices in here. This one's a really exciting one, but if I have to pick one, I am going to go with Leon, who's honestly one of the best brawlers in the game right now. Leon's hypercharge has taken him to another level. There's a lot going on with that Leon hypercharge. When you go invisible with your super, you stay invisible even if you shoot a shot. So depending on how you want to build Leon, you can go with the extra speed, shoot shots shots and stay invisible, travel across the map very quickly. You can use Invisi-Heal to heal while also shooting shots at the same time. There are so many interactions I've gotten with Leon because of Invisi-Heal that I should have died, but because I was continuing to passively heal while also attacking, it made a huge difference to preserve my life. Plus, he gets a plethora of stat boosts along with that hypercharge, making him a fantastic assassin. The element of surprise and the mind games that you can play with your opponents just makes him a top tier brawler in the game right now. He is elite to one of the best on every single game mode, except maybe an iffy on heist, but honestly, I think he's a good enough brawler right now where you can make it work. Because of his ability to be pushed across the board and on just about any map and mode, I think I can recommend Leon very safely to any player out there. Plus, I've been playing a ton of Leon recently. I think he is very fun, very good, and very approachable for anybody that picks him up. Is all a great combination to add him to your brawler toolkit. But I do know that Legendary is a huge decision for a lot of you guys, so I'm going to throw in a couple bonus brawlers of who I would roll with next, if not for Leon. Cordelius would be my next choice. Cordelius rose to the top of professional gameplay because of how good he is. He's fantastic into tanks, has one of the best supers in the game that is actually a hard counter into hypercharges. If somebody pops their hypercharge, just use your super, take them to the underworld, they lose that hypercharge ability, and Cordelius has a natural buff when he is in the underworld for easier kills, so that Shadow Realm makes a big difference. Plus, depending on the kind of player you are, you can use 2 different great gadgets depending on how you want to play him. I would say there's more skill involved with playing Cordelius due to the short range, but is a great one to have if you are a power league grinder, or if you're trying to play into the meta against all of these tanks. Cordelius is going to be a fantastic counter. My final option for the legendary tier is going to be an easier one than Cordelius and kind of falls into that Leon category where he is very approachable for newer players, and that is going to be Spike. He's just dependable across the board, a very good brawler, and especially with curveball start power, anybody can really use him, and even though he's squishy, he packs quite the punch, has a solid hypercharge, so there's a lot to like about him. I love his character as well. I think he's one of the most iconic brawlers in Brawl Stars, and one of the reasons that I ended up mastering him is one of the few that I have. So I think Spike is going to be a great addition to any Brawl collection, and a very fun one at that. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you made it this far in the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed. And with that being said, we'll see you all in the next one.